Okay, today we are covering the second part of 4.5b, which means that we are going to solve word problems that are dealing with variation that we talked about the last time we got together. We have three different types, well, basically just two. We have direct variation, we have inverse variation, and then we have them combined. So the last time you worked on just writing the equations, and today we're going to solve some problems. So I have four examples I'm going to go through, and then you will get to try some on your own. So first off, you read the problem. The number of gallons of water, W, okay, there's one of my variables to use, used when taking a shower varies directly with the time t. Okay, there's my varies directly. So I'm going to say W varies directly with the time t. That is my generic equation for this problem. A shower lasting 5 minutes, okay, 5 minutes is your t, uses 30 gallons of water. That's your W. So that is the ratio they give you, or that's the information that helps me find K. So I'm going to plug in 30 for W, looking for K, and T is 5. So we're going to divide both sides by 5, and we find out that K is equal to 6. Then they ask us how much water is used showering in a shower lasting 11 minutes. 11 minutes is again my T. How much water is what I'm looking for. So when I go to the second step, W is what I'm looking for, K is 6, and T is 11. So when you multiply that out, you will find out that we have 66. W is measured in gallons, so it's going to be 66 gallons. Excuse me. Okay. Checkpoint number 2. The weight of a great white shark varies directly. Okay, so there's my varies directly, which means it's going to be on top, as the cube of its length. So I'm going to use W for weight, and I'm going to use L for length. So the weight varies directly as the length, but it's actually the cube of the length. So remember, that means that it's raised to the third power. So W equals KL cubed. The great white shark caught off Catalina Island, California was 15 feet long. There's my length, and weighed 2,025 pounds. That's my W. So I'm going to plug in 2025 equals K. My length was 15 cubed. So I'm going to divide both sides by that large number, 15 cubed. And when I do that, I get a decimal of 0.6. I did not round it. Okay, that's what it came out to be. So then I go to my question, what is the weight? I'm looking for W of the 25-foot long shark in the novel Jaws. So W is what I'm looking for. K was zero point 0.6 and L is 25 cubed. So that gives me, when you punch that in your calculator, you're going to get an answer of 9,375. Weight is measured in pounds. So 9,375 pounds. Okay, look at number 3. We have the length of a violin string varies inversely as the frequency of its vibrations. So I'm going to go with L again for length and F for frequency. Varies inversely. So my definition there says the length varies inversely. That means I'm going to have a fraction, K is always on top, as the frequency, and there's no cube or square or anything. A violin is 8 inches long, that's my L, and it has a frequency of 640 cycles. So plug in 8 for L. Don't know what K is, but the frequency was 640. So hopefully you can multiply both sides by 640, cross multiply, whichever way you want to look at it. But you will find out that K is equal to 5,120. It asks what is the frequency of a 10-inch string. Inches is my length. So I'm going to go back to that original equation. They're asking me for frequency, which means I know L is 10, K is 5120, and they're asking me for the frequency. So this I probably would put over 1 and cross multiply, which gives me 10F equals 5120, and then we divide both sides by 10. So we will get an answer of 512. What is the frequency? And frequency is measured in cycles per second. So my answer will be cycles per second. Okay, last example. The number of minutes needed to solve an exercise set of variation problems varies directly as the number of problems and inversely as the number of people working to solve the problems. So we have the number of minutes need to solve an exercise set of variation problems varies directly. So minutes varies directly. We have direct and inverse together. So that means I have a fraction and k is on top. Directly as the number of problems. We have problems and we have people. So I'm actually going to call my problems R and my people P. So directly with the number of problems and inversely with the number of people working. So it takes 4 people, that's my P, 32 minutes to solve 16 problems. So M is 32. Bring that up a little bit. M is 32. K is what we're looking for. R is 16. And P is 4. So 4 goes into 16 4 times. So we've got 32 is equal to 4K. We'll put that up there. And so I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and K is equal to 8. So how many minutes? All right, that's my M that I'm looking for. So M, and I'm going to plug in for K is 8. R is problems, so I have 24 problems, and I have 8 people. So that's 8 people on the bottom, and my 8s will cancel, so that gives me an answer that it is 24, and M stands for minutes. Okay, so we've done 4 examples. Hopefully that's enough to get you going and feel comfortable with solving them on your own. Um, Make sure, I want you to underline this, draw an arrow to it, or something to show me that you've heard. Make sure you complete all problems on a separate piece of paper. If you have any questions, come see me.